Well, good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to start your day. It's your daily insight on life and love for March 4th, 2021, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching this in time, this might be relevant to your life. If not, that's perfectly fine. You can always let it fall away. You can ask questions about booking a session. I do have a coronavirus sale. It's including all of my services. You can always stay and enjoy the show. You know, sometimes it's like a soap opera. Who am I kidding? You can enjoy the antics. It's fun here. We have fun. Okay, this looks like a lot of disappointment that you're used to, but I also see that you are pulling away from these things that are disappointing you. No small message in this. The last few days, it seems like heartache. But now it's like, okay, recovery. We are here. Look at what we are looking at right here. Oh, used to being walked on, used to people taking advantage of this. This is people you don't want to associate with anymore, not give them any sort of energy investment. This is the past that can't seem to let you go. How wild is that? It can't let you go. And yet here you are trying your best to move on from this situation. I still have to adjust you. Is this working? What did you do? You had no sense of boundaries. The boundaries that you had set in the past would not have been respected. And in fact, in most, if not in all but a few cases, it was not respected. You had to find your own happiness, though, and find your own passion and not live a lie anymore. You had to follow exactly where your heart was drop kicking you to. This is no small energy here. This is a lot of self-limitations that you had to get rid of that you didn't even know that were in place for you. You were very much groomed to have this small mindset in the world. And there was always something that seemed very off with it, it seems like, which is why you broke free of it, didn't hold anything back, and charged up ahead. And now the past is seeing your growth and not letting it go. So we have the shadow attribute of the child magical. This showed up in the mini messages. Pessimism, being taken advantage of, everything falling through. Actions are not required for growth. It's instant gratification. And you want to know what? That is future me's problem. We're not doing that. It is not future you's problem. It's your moment in the now to handle, so the problem down the road isn't really there. And then we have the angel in reverse. So this is dealing with like a lot of false prophets in your life, a lot of false guardians, a lot of people who are doing things just for show. These are people who gave you a very strict role to play out in your life, and I can guarantee that you lived that role for quite some time because that's all you knew. You thought that that's just how life was, yet something was always missing, wasn't it? You broke free of it, and you know what? I think accountability is going to be something that is very strongly held right now. So, this actually makes perfect sense. It's coming in from your main guide or from a loved one who's crossed over there, talking about you not stepping away from the fray. You have been on a path for some time. It's had its hardships. It's had the past creeping up. Those were part of the hardships. Don't go off of the fray. Do not get near the edge of this. Don't jump from the path that you have started on. Really what you're doing right now is you're taking a moment for clarity. I am going to read this to you. Don't forget to check the timestamps. So, now is one of those times where you're being asked to add some distance. Take a step back and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it'll take to regroup. Just know that it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath. Slow down and look at how far you have come. Do you not see how far you've come? how many cycles you have broken, how many, not even just the cycles, how many old storylines that you've broken away from. The old story had to come to an end, and it was an abrupt ending that nobody saw, but you ripped out the back of that book because you were not going to fulfill whatever that book wanted you to. You started writing your own book. So now we have, let's see, decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. Let's see. When you take a step and take on the role of the observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows for your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering and decision-making process. In this way, you can approach things from more of a neutral and judgmental place. I'll be right back. All right, so hey, we are back. I've missed you. Don't think that I'm lying, because I'm not. That's right. You watching this. All right, you want to know what? In that time, when I stepped away, you could have gotten a drink of water. You could have gone to the bathroom. Did you use your time wisely? Okay, so, all right. So in this way, you can approach things from a more neutral, non-judgmental place. We know that you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say now's not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now. You'll be glad that you did. Okay, what are you stepping back from? I'm going to shuffle these bad boys back into the deck. We're going to see what the fray is, because this is the past that is coming back towards you. It may be coming in through a hey, how you doing message. Could be from an email, could be from a phone call. If somebody shows up at your door, so help me God, they had better be wearing ankle protection, because you're about to kick them in the shins and run. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. People want to be part of your story. This is why it's so important that you look back and see how much you have changed and grown. Your reaction is not the reaction you would have had so long ago, and that's beyond amazing. These people are seeing how much you've grown, how much you've come into your own power, and how people are looking at you. Not that it matters how people are looking at you, but look at the authenticity and what this gets you in life. Look at how you carry yourself now. Look at the peace of mind that you have discovered. People want to be part of that. They want some of that good juju to rub off on them. But I'm seeing that you're not going to want to make that reconnection. You have a lot of love and good vibes and energy to give people, but not just to anybody. Not everybody is going to have access to you. And this is something that these people who are even considering reaching out need to be mindful of. You're not messing around with this. You're not messing around with your time. So let's see. I feel like you're probably going to have a physical sign from the past. I feel that somebody's going to physically reach out to you. Like, ding, here's an email. Something like that. So what is the advice from it? Because I don't see going along with it, and this card popped out. They might be using the blood is thicker than water thing, but let me remind you, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. I don't give a crap if they are family. A toxic connection is a toxic connection, and if you can see the connection for what it was, and they can see it for what it was, and they still chose to treat you that way, it's not just water under the bridge. You're not, bypassing anything with this. It's some connections will be healed. You will be able to reconnect on a new level, but not everyone has to be reconnected. And this is your freedom of choice. Don't let somebody manipulate you or try to manipulate you with the concept that you guys are either like family or actually are family. No. I don't give a crap what that is. You have to make the choice for yourself, not by the guilt of anyone else. You are the person who has to be able to, you know, have that final word with yourself at night. You have to be able to sleep at night. And if you're doing this for the wrong reasons, you're not going to get to that sleep. So then we have, you will not be controlled ever again. They are still not seeing you accurately while they're seeing how much you've grown and the light that's all around you and all of that glitz and the glamour and whatever goes with it. They are still not seeing you in your wholeness with it. It's like you somehow still have this undermining mind or underminable mind that they somehow could tweak. But it's me. Yeah, it is you. Go F off. Really, this is how you, this is where you have to allow yourself to make this cognitive choice. Not for me, not for them, not for anyone in the world. You have to do this for your well-being. Make your choice. And you want to know what? If you can't do that right now because this is saying, hey, hold up. Get more information before you come to a conclusion. Because like I said, some relationships are reconcilable. Not all of them, though. Use your discernment, get all your facts, and get your gut instinct in on it. So, let's see. No. Talk amongst yourselves. Somebody is giving off the identity that they have grown. This is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Not to knock anyone that I know, love, and adore that have like the last name Wolf or who, you know what I'm saying? I know so many people who are a lone wolf or they have that last name. However, I'm not going there. This is somebody who is pretending to be something that they are not. And that is one of the manipulative tactics to get to you. They're saying that they are different. They've done the work. No, they haven't. No, they won't. And this is something that you have to prepare yourself for. This is somebody who, it's like they're losing interest in people. So it's losing interest in the grandeur of people and going back to something that is well known. No, thank you. We're not doing this. So look, this, you don't have to sacrifice anything anymore. It's not about the image. We have the hermit thing. All of this is saying, please, for the love of God, before you make a choice, before you stick to either a new path or the chosen path in front of you, weigh out your options, follow your heart and guidance. So this is where all of this is leading us. I do see that a huge gift is coming in to you, whether or not you decide to either reconcile or whether or not you decide to go another way. This is saying it's an empowered choice, and this is going to bring a lot of changes in your life. And it looks like you have to be in receiving mode because you passed some sort of a threshold. This is love, nurturing, unconditional care, and this is also healing the yin energy inside of yourself. When yin is out of balance, it's usually oversaturated. It's not a point that you don't have anything left to give now. It's that you are finding your center and you are getting in touch with your divine feminine. We all have feminine and masculine inside of us. You are working on the feminine aspect. This is the heart-empowered choices that you are making. And some of you, yeah, you might be dealing with mommy issues. I'm going to also rip away the mommy issues concept because not everybody has a mom. Not everybody grew up in that environment. It's more the nurturing caregiver, whoever that was in your life, whoever took on some sort of a role of a nurturing caregiver. This might be coming up to be healed right now. And again, this is your call. Just because you fit in to a certain time, to a certain location, to a certain crowd, does not mean that you belong there. Whatever this is not meant for you. You have yin energy. That is something that you need to sit and see where your heart is. Your happiness is a lot more easily obtained than you are letting yourself believe right now. You have a lot of thoughts that you need to sit with. It's about what is real with you and what was actually a trauma response in your life. I think that some of these connections from the past actually were a trauma response, if you can believe that. You know, the crass jokes, which I'm not against, you know, I'm not particularly partial to them, but sometimes we do jarring things, or we get used to some sort of a harshness in our life because that's something that we have been conditioned to, and it's just normal for us. What does the unhealed aspects of you differ from the healed aspects? What part of you, when you were not in healing mode, is different or was different from who you are now? How have you changed from this? Your happiness and gentleness and strength in life, it's all showing up as very different. This is something that is coming through some sort of transformation. So you may not know where home is right now, but home is calling you in. What you were dealing with in the past is not for you. You cannot go back to that old mindset. You can't go back to connections that are addictive behavior quality and that are very toxic in your life. So this is what we are looking at. Spirit, can I get some closing messages for you? I am so sorry I couldn't show up yesterday. I don't know if it was a migraine that I had. Never really knew how to think about those in the past, but definitely was not feeling all right last night. Woke up feeling better, but last night was not happening, no matter how I tried to swing. And if I wasn't going to be clear while sitting here with you, I didn't want to do that. Tunnel vision was unreal. There were so many other symptoms, but like that was the one that kept catching me off guard. I don't think I ever experienced it on that level. Okay, and it's not the first time it's happened, no. So, okay, closing message for this amazing, beautiful, awesome viewer. By the way, do not forget, this does not end at midnight. It's not going to end at midnight. This is a projection of your future based off of where you have been and if you continue along this road with the advice. You're not at the fork in the road yet. It's not decision time. It's time for you to rest. Rest on your thoughts. Rest on the situation. If you jump on this right now and try to make it this new path, you are going to fall flat on your face. It is going to feel rotten. You're going to hate yourself. You're going to hate this. You're going to hate everything about this reading. I understand that. But the thing is, you can avoid all this if you do not feel forced into a choice. If you feel forced, push whatever's forcing you away. It is not decision time. You have that active choice. Do not let anyone take that choice away from you. You have to connect with source. What has hurt you was absolute divine connections, absolutely karmic ties, but those have run their course. The karmic tie is over. Let's not pretend that this is just your lot in life. You're not meant to be suffering. You're not meant to be unhappy. You're not meant to be taken advantage of. You're not meant to hurt every single day of your life. This is a point where people are saying, if you just compromise. Listen, you've already compromised enough. How much more do you have to bend before you break? You've already broken. Do these people not see that they had broken you in some way, shape, or form? Now you have reconstructed yourself. You've gotten stronger. You are not breakable again, but it's not a point of temptation to put yourself in similar situations. It's a point of seeing yourself in that amazing strength and being like, you want to know what? I don't want to go there anymore. I'm just not going to go there. So don't let anybody tell you what your path is with them. This is for you to actively choose. As they have actively chosen theirs, you choose yours. You are a co-creator with this. You are reconnecting with spirit. Don't be bullied. You're far too amazing. You've come way too far. Do not marginalize your work. Do not sell yourself short. You are a total boss. So, knowing that, go rock the day. Go make this day yours. Go to have ownership over every single thing that you choose to do. Be about it. You are worth this. And wait until you make that choice. Think about it before you commit. And if this is not going to be what you want to commit to, be about it. Tell them no, very plainly. You're worth so much more. I hope that you see the value in yourself, and I hope that you have an amazing day. So go, rock it, stay safe, have fun, and know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. I want you to think of a loved one who's crossed over. The first name that pops into your mind, hold it there. If nobody's showing up, that's fine. It doesn't mean that they are not there. It just means that this is from your main spirit guide. So they want you to know that now is one of those times that you are being asked to add some distance. Take a step back and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know that it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath. Slow down and look at how far you have come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. When you take a step back into the role of the observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to get an essential part of the information gathering decision-making process. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral standpoint and a non-judgmental place. We know you'll make the right decision and the right choice. Trust us when we say that now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now and you'll be glad that you did. They're here watching you, they have your back, and they love you very much. I hope that this finds you well. Stay safe, have fun. Well, it looks like you're having a hard time staying optimistic. That's understandable. This is actually an opportunity to look back when you had that sense of lack or that sense of disempowerment in your youth. It's not relevant to the situation at hand. You don't need to guard yourself in the way that you were taught to when you were younger. This is an opportunity to do some new problem solving from a more neutral standpoint. So we're going to look at this with the pessimism, see why the pessimism is there, where is it stemming from, and then we are going to go to that situation and dissolve that, bringing that young child back into the center of yourself. Now, being faced in this situation at a more neutral standpoint with that healed inner child wound, this is going to take time, by the way, you'll be able to not be so pessimistic or worried that this is going to fail. I hope that it made sense. It's healing. Stay safe, have fun. So, you might be experiencing this phenomenon of seeing some of your spiritual community turn to ego and to the celebrity of their work. I know, it happens. It happens no matter where you are. Somebody takes whatever their insight is with something or whatever their gift or talent is, and they lose themselves to the celebrity of it. And it becomes more about the brand than the work and the integrity of the work. So if your spidey senses are tingling with somebody, follow it. Don't think that you're overreacting. Don't go with the masses on it. Trust your gut and allow yourself the ability to move on. It is a learning lesson for you. And also it's important to keep people in check. You know what I'm saying? Follow your gut. Well, it looks like you're getting validation upon validation upon validation. I love this. These are the positive changes that you have been waiting on. Maybe it's not looking the way that you initially planned, but you know it by the way that it feels. It's like, wait a minute, this is starting to get better. Wait a minute, more is coming. Oh yeah, baby. More is going to continue to come on this. Look at this. It's the art of allowance, something like that. It's really important that you allow yourself to be in the receiving mode with this. This is, it feels like a divine gift and a divine right. And it also deals with a lot of yin energy, divine feminine energy, loving, emotional outpouring. This is a gift that is continuous to you. I hope that made sense. Just because you fit in does not mean that you belong. Right now, you are in a place that you don't belong, and you can feel it, and you can feel it closing up too. That's absolutely fine. The thing is, you're trying so hard to remain in one space when spirit and life is trying to gear you towards something that is simple. And it's easy to be happy in this. You're finding your happiness in yourself, and it's not in such conflict with the area around you. You don't know where this is leading you to. You don't need to know. All you have to do is love yourself enough to know when to let go of a situation that isn't healthy for you. Imagine what your life will look like in 5 years if you learn to surrender to your path now. It's going to take some bumps in the road to get there, but this joy and this happiness is yours for the taking. But you got to let go of what is hurting you and what no longer serves you. You're going to find your place, and it's on its way. You are on your way. So it looks like you're waiting for somebody to let you down or disappoint you in some way, shape, or form. You think that that is your lot in life? No. You've dealt with enough disappointment. This is time for you to cocoon yourself and do some healing work. You can't move on if you don't close this off completely. Yeah, you've had a lot of disappointments in a lot of your connections, but it's not the way that your life is supposed to be. This is a lesson to be learned from. So what do all these connections have in common? And what about this cycle and this repetition? Can you stop? This, yeah, it's going to be in your hands, but right now we need to acknowledge that this is a cycle that is not worth keeping, and you're ready to move on. So what was sticking to you? You're going to let it go. Hope that this made sense. You're worth this. You really are.